Hello. Today we'll be working out this equation using index laws. And first, I'll be teaching you some index laws. Ignore my voice, I'm a bit sick. So, index law 1 is simply multiplying with the same base. Now, what this means is you simply keep the base and add the index. An example of this would be 2/3 times 2 equals, you would normally think it's 3 times 2, so it would be 6, but that's wrong, because as you can see, you keep the base, add index. So it will be 3 plus 2 equals 5. Therefore, we keep the base, so it is 2/5. That is index law 1. Take a moment if you need to copy it down. Now, index law 2. It is similar, it is dividing with the same base. So, for an example of this, it would be 4/5 divided by Now, what would you think to do in this situation? Well, in this one, you keep base, subtract index. Also, index will be the little numbers like above your letter or number. So, keep base, subtract index. Therefore, 5 minus 2 would be 3. We keep the base because it's the same base. Therefore, 4/3. Now, index law 3 is called power of power. So, it's normally the ones that you see like up here. Let's do an example. 3, 2. But then there's a number outside the brackets. Which is that? So, it's called power of power because you keep the base, multiply index. So you might get a bit confused with index law 1 and index law 3, but the difference is there is brackets. Now, whatever's outside the bracket, you multiply with inside the bracket. So, if there was more numbers inside the bracket, like 3, 4, this would still be times, basically. But that's not in the question for now. 3 times 2 equals 6. Therefore, the answer is 3/6 because we keep the base. Now, the last one is index law 4. This is pretty easy. It's any base to the power of 1. Any base to the power of 0 equals 1. Power of. Now, an example of this would just simply be when there's a 0 index, it will be into 7, 1. So, okay, welcome back to math. Now we'll be working out using all the index laws from before into one question. So, first, we're going to use law 1, which is, as you know it was, let's look back, multiplying with the same base, where you keep the base and you add the index. So we're going to use it for up here. So, as you can see, it would be x over here, then x, 2 plus 3 equals x5. So now we know, let's change the equation. x5, 2 is now the new one, but the bottom is still the same. So, step 2, we're going to use law 3 next, as you can see, because it is still brackets. Now we're going to do 2 times 5, which is 10. So therefore, it's x10. Then we're going to do the same thing move the equation over here. Now step 3, because there is a fraction there, fraction in this means it is division. So what we're going to do is we're going to use law 2, which is dividing, which is 10 minus 4 equals x6. Now, that was an easier one, but I would do a harder one in a minute. Today we'll be doing this equation. First, as you can see, we're going to be doing index law 3, which is 6 times 3, because we're doing that. So 6 times 3 equals 18. Okay, we're going to do the same for this one. 3 times 5 equals, what is it? 15. So now we're going to rewrite the question. 18 divided by 415. Now four indices go. Yeah, for the division law, which is the second law, you have to subtract the indices. So 18 minus 15 equals 3. Therefore, the final answer, you keep the base, equal 3. Bye.